We're headed toward the finish line in high school sports with conference track meets this week, district baseball and softball tournaments this week, and regional tournaments next week in the smaller classifications, and the final games of the regular season next week for the larger classifications.
You're watching the River Valley Report.
I'm Leland Barclay, and it's my privilege to host the River Valley Sports Report, where we highlight River Valley schools and athletes. Before all of that, though, the prestigious McDonald's Relays, one of the oldest track meets in the state, was held at Southside last week. Bentonville literally ran away with the team titles for both boys and girls, but Northside's Damari Smith again was the fastest guy present as he won the 100-meter dash in warming up for the 6A West and state track meets. We were able to catch up with Smith after he had stopped and rested for about 15 minutes, and we asked him about not being able to run against Bentonville West sprinter Nick Bell, who wasn't there, and his goals in the final weeks of the track season.
Pretty good little 100-meter dash. I feel like I could have did better and ran faster. I think I ran a 10.6, so I think I did good.
Of course, going up against Nick Bell, do you kind of relish those opportunities? I mean, was that kind of a motivating factor today?
No, I don't think he even ran today, so nah, not really. I just go out there and run.
You guys finished, I think, 1, 3, and 4. How nice was that?
I feel good. Northside coming on first and third, so it was good.
Do you feel like now you're ready for the conference meet and state meet?
Yes, sir.
What all you think you're going to run in the state meet?
I'm trying to get this 10.3. That's the goal.
On the diamond, a pair of local teams set themselves up for real big finishes. The Van Buren Lady Pointers clinched the top seed from the 5A West in the state tournament, as well as their second straight outright conference championship with a doubleheader sweep of Siloam Springs on Monday with 11-0 and 15-0 wins behind a pair of shutouts by senior hurler Emberlyn Caldwell. Haley Allen doubled, Ashlyn Michael tripled, and Riley Lowry homered in the game. Michael, Lowry, and Jocelyn Parga doubled, and Allen stole 5 bases in the nightcap. The wins improved Van Buren to 23-2 overall and 12-0 in the conference, 3 games ahead of second place Greenwood. Van Buren concludes the 5A West schedule with a doubleheader at Russellville on Tuesday. In baseball, the Greenwood Bulldogs swept Alma on Monday with 13-5 and 11-5 wins in games that were actually much closer than the scores indicated. In the lid lifter, Greenwood scored 10 runs over the final 3 innings to pull away to the win. In the second game, the Bulldogs scored 8 runs in the 5th inning to erase a 4-3 deficit. Aiden Kennan and Grant Carnes remained undefeated on the mound this season for the Bulldogs, earning the wins. Hunter Houston closed out both games in relief. We talked with Greenwood head coach Brandon Brewer after the win, as well as senior catcher Baylor Hossley, who's been solid behind the plate for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the rivalry kind of goes back to when I was in school. We had some Donnybrooks up here for sure. It's always good to beat the team up north.
Of course, more than anything, boy, you have put your team's put itself in a position to play for a conference championship, so you got to feel real good about that.
Yeah, our goal at the beginning of the year was to make the state tournament, and once we kind of hit the 7-0 and 8-0, we had to shift our goals a little bit, and our goals are now to win the conference. So we're going to be, take the rest of this week and get ready to go and get ready to go for Greenbrier and try to go win the conference.
Well, and it's kind of it comes down to the final, varsity doubleheader of the season, kind of head-to-head for it all.
Yeah, you really couldn't draw it up any better. All the teams have been playing each other for the last 3 weeks that have really been in playoff contention for seeding. So it's going to be good. I know that they're really good. It ought to be a really good atmosphere next Tuesday, senior night as well. So I'm ready for an electric atmosphere for sure.
a nice thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. It's great.
What's it been like catching, Kennan and Carnes, man?
It's great. It's great. They're always spotting pitches up. They're always putting it in there. Mostly get out in zeros. They're great pitchers. I love them, man.
I know, Coach Brewer came in, kind of opened up the position, the tryouts, and you won that. How, when you look back on it now, what did you kind of do? What do you like about back there?
I just love being a part of every pitch. I love being a player. I'm always back there, and I'm always one in need.
Being a senior and being in position to win a conference championship now, how's that feel?
It feels awesome. It feels great because the last few years weren't the best, and as a senior, it feels great to come back and win a lot of ball games.
The Northside Lady Bears will travel to Bentonville West on Friday and host Bentonville on Tuesday as they fight for the final softball playoff spot in the 6A West. The Van Buren Pointers are battling for the third spot in the 5A West in the baseball standings and will travel to Russellville on Tuesday. The Greenwood Lady Bulldogs solidified their hold on second place in the 5A West softball standings with a pair of 15-0 wins at Alma on Monday. Tori Howard threw a 3-inning no-hitter with 5 strikeouts in the opener, while Haley McAdams allowed just 2 hits in the nightcap with 6 Ks. McAdams also drove in 6 runs in the doubleheader. The Northside Lady Bears soccer team is also vying for a state tournament berth with a home match against Bentonville on Friday and a road trip to Springdale next week. They are currently tied for 5th in the conference. That's going to take us to our weekly segment, Gimme 5. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, Emberlyn Caldwell threw a 5-inning perfect game in the opener of Van Buren's doubleheader sweep of Siloam Springs on Monday, striking out 12 in the 11-0 win. She allowed just 2 hits in the nightcap with 8 more Ks as Van Buren clinched the outright conference title with a 15-0 win. Number 2, Boonville's track teams ran past the competition at the 3A4 conference track meet at Waldron on Monday. The boys won 11 of the 18 events and finished 1, 2, and 3 in the 100-meter and 200-meter dashes, with Dakota Matson, Dax Goff, and Trace Hall in the 100, and Matson, Hall, and Chase Shelton in the 200. They also won all 4 relays. The girls also won all 4 relays and won 12 events. Freshman Anna Ferguson won the 200 and 400-meter dashes and the pole vault and finished second in the 100-meter hurdles, long jump, and triple jump. Number 3, Greenwood left fielder Braden Skaggs was 5 for 7 in the doubleheader sweep over Alma on Monday. In the 5th inning of the nightcap, he started the 8-run outburst with a 2-out double and then capped the inning with a 2-run single. Number 4, the Van Buren boys soccer team defeated Alma on Soggy Tuesday 8-1 with 7 different players scoring goals, and the Pointers remain in second place in the 5A West standings. Number 5, Noah Embry of Greenwood won the 3,200-meter run at the McDonald's relays with a time of 9 minutes 22 seconds, which was a whopping 35 seconds ahead of the second place runner. Also, congratulations to B.J. Ross, who has been named the new basketball coach for the boys at Greenwood. Ross is a Charleston native and has been Charleston's boys coach the past 11 years. Fresh off of their River Valley Democrat-Gazette Coaches of the Year awards, County Line's Joe Brunson was named the head coach of the West Boys All-Star team this past week, while Lamar's Brandon Schluterman was selected the head coach of the West Girls All-Star team. County Line's Andre Milam was selected to the All-Star team, as well as Northside's Karis Washington and Lamar's Carly Williams. To keep up with all the track, baseball, softball, and soccer action, you definitely want to check out Every Day of the Northwest Arkansas and River Valley Democrat-Gazette, where you will get Players of the Weeks, rankings, scores, and notes for the best sports coverage in the state. You'll also want to pick up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette, available all across the River Valley, including Eastern Oklahoma at Walgreens, Harps, Come and Go, and Casey's. This week in the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette, we honor the all River Valley basketball teams in a section that you will definitely want to pick up. You can subscribe at rivervalleydemocratgazette.com/subscribe or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. Be sure to follow the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter account as well as mine, Walter Woody's, and Harold McIlvain's. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning Arkansas Democrat-Gazette photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, nwaonline.com/photo. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with photos by Hank Layton from last week's McDonald's relays. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.